You didn't wake yourself up this morning. That breath in your lungs, that's God. It wasn't your alarm clock that did it. People set alarms every night and don't live to hear them. You got something many people prayed for last night, another day. And if God gave you another day, there's a reason for it. You may not feel perfect. You may not feel ready. But if you are alive, you are called. Too many of us walk around like we deserve to wake up, like it's automatic. But there's nothing automatic about life. It's intentional. It's divinely allowed. When your name isn't on the list, you wake up. That's not luck. That's love. That's not a coincidence. That's calling. You weren't selected. You were selected. We waste mornings thinking we've got all the time in the world, but you don't know how many mornings you have got left. You don't know how long you have got to fix it, grow from it, or rise out of it. Every morning you ignore your blessing. You rob yourself of momentum. This day matters. You matter. Wake up like you mean it. When you take your next breath, don't just inhale air, inhale awareness. You are not your mistakes. You are not your setbacks. You are chosen. And this morning is evidence. You could have been taken out last night, but God said no. He said, I'm not done with you. That's not random. That's reassurance. You have people in your life who never got a second chance, but you did. Some of them died young. Some of them never recovered from depression. Some of them never came back from addiction. But you are here. You are breathing. You have got another opportunity to get it right. That's nothing to take for granted. We all get caught up in what we don't have. What's missing? What's wrong? But start the day with what's present in your life. That's a miracle in motion. Somebody laid down last night with dreams in their heart and didn't get to pursue them. You still can. You still have time. And that's powerful. You are not behind. You are alive. And that means you still have time to catch up. You still have time to forgive, to heal, to rebuild, to restart. There is no expiration date on God's grace. If you woke up, you were chosen again. That's your confirmation. That's your permission. That's your fuel. Yesterday might have been full of mistakes. You might have messed something up, said the wrong thing, missed the opportunity. But this morning, is God saying, let's wipe that clean. He's giving you a fresh board. He's giving you another swing at it. And you don't have to live in guilt or shame. You just have to start again. You might think you are disqualified because of your past, but God's not holding yesterday against you. That's people. That's your mind. But God's grace, that resets every morning. You don't have to earn the reset. You just have to receive it. This new morning isn't random, it's redemption. When the sun comes up, it's not just nature doing its thing. It's God reminding you, my mercy is still active. You didn't get cut off. You are not out of chances. You may feel behind, but you are not too far gone. God knows what you did. And he still gave you today. That means he sees the future version of you already. Your try again doesn't need to be loud. You don't need applause. You just need consistency. You just need to show up. That business you abandoned, try again. That habit you broke, try again. That relationship you mishandled, try again. That faith you lost, try again. The morning is your restart button. Don't look back trying to undo everything. Look forward and build something new. Regret is a trap. It keeps you stuck in replay mode. But grace is a release. It frees you to move differently today. You can't fix the past, but you can master the present. That's where your power lies now. People will try to remind you of everything you got wrong. They'll bring up the old version of you, but God never asked their permission to bless you again. He gave you this morning despite opinions, not because of them. You were approved already when he opened your eyes. So if this is a try again moment, treat it like it matters. I don't bring weak energy into a powerful opportunity. Don't tiptoe through itself. Talk yourself out of it. Own this morning like it was made just for you. Because it was. You have been given time not to waste it, but to work it. Too many people dread waking up. They roll over, groan, and start the day already defeated. But what if today was the day it all turns? What if this is the moment where everything you have been waiting for starts to align? You can't afford to meet opportunity with a complaining spirit. The way you greet the morning matters. If you come into it with bitterness, you block blessings. If you show up late to your destiny, you might miss the window. God can't bless who you pretend to be. He blesses those who show up. So wake up, show up, and stop dragging your feet. This morning could be the breakthrough you have been praying for. But if you are too negative to see it, you'll miss it. God doesn't always send miracles and flashing lights. Sometimes it comes in an idea, a meeting, or a moment of clarity. You got to be present to catch it. Wake up with expectation. Your breakthrough doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. That's why your attitude can't be stuck in dread. You can't keep talking about how tired you are, how hard life is, how unfair things seem. Every word you speak is a seed. If you plant defeat in the morning, don't be surprised if your day grows weeds. You have the power to shift the day, not by what happens, but by how you respond. Your emotions don't run the show, you do. You might not feel like it, but speak victory anyway. Say, this is my day. I'm not backing down. I'm not folding. I'm not letting fear win. You speak it before you see it. People spend years praying for a breakthrough, and when it finally comes, they're too bitter to notice it. Don't be that person. Don't let depression mute discernment. Don't let stress cloud your sight. God will open the door, but it's on you to walk through it. That walk starts the minute you wake up. So if you are blessed to see the morning, stop rolling your eyes at it. Stop moaning and groaning like you are cursed. You are not cursed, you are chosen. And your miracle might just be wrapped in the very day you are complaining about. Meet the morning like it's your moment because it just might be. Have you ever noticed how the first thought you entertain in the morning sets the tone for everything else? If you wake up thinking life is hard, your whole day will echo that feeling. If your first emotion is worry, you'll carry anxiety into every room you enter. But if you get your mind locked into purpose, into peace, into power, the day starts working for you, not against you. You can't afford to start your morning with chaos running through your head. Your mission suffers when your mindset is out of order. Your mind is like a thermostat. It sets the climate for your entire day. If you leave it on negative, don't expect a positive atmosphere to follow. If you allow fear to crank the dial, faith won't flow freely. You have to program your mindset the same way you program your coffee machine deliberately. Don't wait for motivation to magically show up. You build it. You command it. You speak it before your feet even hit the floor. Some people pray at night and then panic in the morning. That doesn't work. You have to guard the gates of your mind first thing. Before the texts start coming in, before social media starts distracting you, before the world starts pulling on you, get your thoughts right. Get them in alignment with your goals. Start with gratitude, start with vision, start with a declaration. Your thoughts are not passengers. They're the pilots of your path. If you wake up mad at the world, what kind of mission are you going to fulfill? You'll sabotage conversations. You'll reject opportunities. You'll move like everything's against you when really it's your mindset that's in the way. You can't conquer the day with a defeated attitude. It doesn't matter how many skills you have, how many degrees you earned, if your mind ain't mine, if right, your mission stalls before it starts. Wake up and straighten that crown on your mind. Your morning mindset is your launch pad. Rockets don't blast off with hesitation, they rise with force. If you start your morning thinking small, doubting yourself, comparing yourself, and criticizing yourself, you are launching with low fuel. You are setting yourself up for failure. You have got to speak big things over your life. You have got to remind yourself who you are. Not who you were, but who you are becoming. That energy makes a difference. Life will test your mindset the moment you step out of bed. Traffic might be a mess. The kids might be crying. Your inbox might be full of problems. But if your mindset is rooted in peace and purpose, you won't react, you'll respond. You won't spiral, you'll strategize. You'll navigate with grace instead of panic. That's the strength that comes from a morning spent feeding your spirit before the world feeds your fears. Your mission every day should be more than survival. You are not just waking up to go through the motions. You are waking up to shift something, to grow something, to build something. But your mission can't take off if your mindset is stuck in yesterday's pain. You have got to renew it every morning like a warrior sharpening his sword. You have got to get your mind focused before your feet hit the battlefield. That's where the battle is won or lost before the day even begins. It's easy to wake up and complain. The bills, the job, the pain in your back, the long list of things you wish were different. But grumbling doesn't move your life forward, it just buries you deeper in what's wrong. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts everything. It doesn't mean you ignore your problems, it means you refuse to let them define your attitude. You start the day focused on what's working, not what's broken. Gratitude is a mindset you choose, not an emotion that visits. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to be thankful. If you have got breath in your body, that's a reason. If you can get up and fight again, that's a blessing. Don't wait for the big wins to be grateful. Appreciate the small victories, the ones other people might not even notice. That hot shower, that warm meal, that one person who still checks on you. It all matters. Grumbling is a trap. It makes you feel like a victim in your own life. It focuses your energy on what you can't change, what you don't like, and what you think you deserve but don't have. That kind of thinking will paralyze your progress. You'll spend the day reacting instead of creating. But gratitude. Gratitude turns your eyes toward the opportunity. It helps you recognize what you do have to work with, and that's where progress begins. When you start your day with gratitude, your energy changes. You walk into situations with a calmer spirit. You speak with more grace. You handle pressure with more strength. Because gratitude grounds you. It reminds you that you have made it through worse and you are still here. It reminds you that everything you have, no matter how small, can be multiplied when your attitude is right. The right mindset makes the most out of the least. The world doesn't owe you peace. It doesn't owe you comfort. And if you start your day expecting to be catered to, you are going to stay frustrated. But when you start your day saying thank you before the coffee's brewed, before the notifications start, before the chaos hits, that's power. That's a soul that knows where the strength comes from. That's a person who can't be shaken by surface-level storms because their roots are deep. You can't praise and pout at the same time. You have to pick one. And when you choose gratitude, you are not pretending everything's perfect. You are declaring that even in the imperfection, you are still favored. You are still breathing. You are still being carried by grace. That mindset won't just shift your mood, it'll shift your movement. You'll handle your tasks with more excellence, more clarity, and more resilience. Gratitude doesn't remove the problems, it puts them in perspective. It reminds you that the problems don't own you, they're just part of the process. You can still grow, still rise, still build, but not if your mind is locked in grumbling mode. Not if you spend the first hour of your day mad at the world. Start it with thankfulness, and the rest of the day will flow from a different place, a higher place, a higher place, a higher place, a place of power. Every time you open your eyes in the morning, you have been given a reset button. The mess from yesterday, it doesn't have to carry over unless you bring it with you. The disappointments, the stress, the confusion, it all tries to cling to you the second your alarm goes off. But the morning gives you a fresh slate, a chance to reset your spirit before the world starts demanding pieces of you. If you don't take that time seriously, the day will pull you in every direction but the right one. Your spirit needs attention just like your body does. You wouldn't skip brushing your teeth or washing your face, so why skip feeding your soul? That early morning moment of silence, that 5-minute prayer, that quick scripture, that deep breath while the house is still quiet, that's not just routine. That's fuel. That's protection. That's alignment. Because the truth is, when your spirit off balance, your decisions will be too. You'll react out of emotion instead of wisdom. You'll speak out of frustration instead of peace. Some people jump straight into work, into traffic, into chaos without checking in with themselves spiritually. That's like trying to drive a car without starting the engine. You might roll a little, but you are not going far. You have got to power up internally before you handle anything external. That reset gives you the clarity to move right, talk right, think right. It centers you. It's not about religion, it's about restoration. You can't give out peace if you haven't collected any. When you take that time to reset spiritually, you invite wisdom into your decisions. You start hearing things differently. That coworker's rude comment doesn't hit the same. That unexpected setback doesn't throw you off. That bad news doesn't break you. Why? Because you have already been filled up. You already anchored yourself in something stronger than the chaos. That's why the reset is so important. It keeps you grounded in a world that's constantly shaking. If you skip the reset, the day will reset you on its terms, and it won't be gentle about it. You'll find yourself angry by 10 a.m., exhausted by noon, and overwhelmed by 3 o'clock. Not because your day is harder than anyone else's, but because your spirit wasn't equipped to handle it. That early reset gives you a foundation. You can build your peace on that. You can build your confidence, your focus, and your strength. But if you start the day empty, you'll be running on fumes. The reset doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need a perfect space or a long prayer. You just need to be intentional. Even if it's just you whispering, "God, lead me today," while you are brushing your teeth, that counts. Even if it's taking one quiet minute to breathe deeply and let go of yesterday, that counts. It's not about performance, it's about posture. It's about starting the day from the inside out instead of the outside in. And think of the morning like a spiritual charger. You plug in so you don't run out halfway through the day. You reset your mind, your attitude, and your focus. You realign your values. You remind yourself what matters, who you are, and who's guiding you. That reset gives you the power to walk into meetings with confidence, handle problems with grace, and speak life into situations that used to drain you. Use that reset. Guard that time. Treat it like it's sacred, because it is. The world doesn't waste any time trying to speak death over your day. It'll hit you with bad news before you finish brushing your teeth. It'll throw doubt at you before you even step out the door. Turn on the TV, scroll your phone, check your emails, negativity's everywhere. That's why you have to beat it to the punch. You have to speak life before life tries to drain you. Your words in the morning are like armor. They protect your peace before the battle even starts. You can't expect to win the day if you started by repeating defeat. If you wake up saying, "I'm tired, I'm broke, I'm overwhelmed," don't be surprised when those very things show up and multiply. Life follows your language. What you declare, you empower. So instead of grumbling, speak greatness. Say, "I'm focused today," even if you feel scattered. Say, "I'm favored," even if your circumstances don't look like it. Say, "Today's a gift," even if yesterday was a mess. That kind of speech shifts your spirit. What you speak in the morning is what you'll carry all day. If you speak fear, you'll move in fear. If you speak frustration, you'll attract more frustration. But if you speak life, you plant seeds of strength that will bloom in hard places. Speak healing over your body. Speak clearly over your mind. Speak grace over your mistakes. You are not just talking, you are building. You are constructing the path you'll walk on before your feet even touch the ground. Sometimes life has a way of waiting until you are vulnerable before it strikes. That's why you can't wait until midday to fight back. The spiritual attacks don't clock in at 9:mem. They start the moment you open your eyes. If your first thought is defeat, you have already surrendered territory. But if your first words are strength, purpose, and strength of purpose, gratitude, and faith, you shift the battlefield. You set the standard for how the rest of the day will treat you. Don't let the world tell you who you are. Remind yourself the moment you wake up. Look in the mirror and declare victory, even if the situation looks like a loss. Call yourself blessed when your bank account says broken. Call yourself strong when your body feels weak. This isn't denial, it's direction. You are giving your soul something to believe in before the negativity of the world tries to sell you something cheaper. People think speaking life is just hype, but it's spiritual warfare, it's preparation. It's setting the tone. That's why it feels awkward at first. That's why the enemy wants you to stay silent, because silence in the morning becomes confusion by noon. But when you declare life with your mouth, you activate it in your mind. And when your mind is strong, your steps follow. You make different choices. You respond differently. You elevate. Even if nobody else is speaking life to you, speak it to yourself. Don't wait for a text. Don't wait for someone to hype you up. Look around at what you still have: your breath, your faith, your purpose, and speak from that place. Say it out loud. Say it like you mean it. Say it until it breaks through the fog in your mind. The world's going to speak something over you today. Make sure your voice is the first one that's heard. If you woke up this morning, that wasn't random. That wasn't just your alarm clock doing its job. That was God saying, I'm not done with you yet. Every breath you take is proof that purpose is still alive inside of you. God doesn't give out breath without reason. He's not handing out air to people he's forgotten about. If he gave you another sunrise, another inhale, another heartbeat, then there's still something in you he intends to use. Sometimes we look at our lives and think, I've messed up too much, or I've missed my chance, and we assume our purpose has expired. But if that were true, you wouldn't still be here. God doesn't allow people to stay where there's no more use. You are not taking up space. You are not just occupying time. You are alive because there's more. More for you to build, more for you to learn, more for you to give, more for you to grow into. That breath you just took, that was divine confirmation. You might not feel like you are walking on purpose right now. You might feel lost, overlooked, or stuck, but feelings are not facts. Breathe is a fact. You don't have to have all the answers to know you are still valuable. You don't have to be rich, popular, or put together to be purposeful. Purpose is not about perfection. It's about potential. And if you are breathing, God still sees potential in you. He still has plans for your life, even if life has broken some of your plans. We live in a world that measures people by status, titles, and achievements, but God works differently. He's not checking your resume. He's looking at your resilience. He's not waiting on you to be perfect. He's waiting on you to be willing. That breath in your lungs isn't just a survival tool. It's a signal that you are still chosen. It's a signal that God still has work to do in you and through you. You don't have to understand all of it right now, but you do need to respect the fact that you are still here. Don't ignore the gift just because it feels ordinary. Breathing may seem small until it's gone. Every time you inhale, you are receiving a silent message. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep becoming. That breath is permission to move forward. It's evidence that your story hasn't reached its final chapter. You might be in a dark part, a confusing part, a slow part, but it's still just a part. The full picture isn't finished. That's why your breath matters. People walk around like life is guaranteed. Like breath is just biology, but it's spiritual. Every inhale is a chance to rise higher, speak louder, love deeper, forgive quicker, and live better. Don't take your breath for granted. Don't waste it complaining. Don't waste it doubting. Don't waste it comparing your life to somebody else's. Use it. Use it to shift your attitude, to make better choices, to impact someone else who forgot they matter too. When God gives you breath, he's giving you time. Time to change, time to grow, time to do what you were born to do. That's why the enemy fights so hard to make you feel worthless, because he knows if you ever realize your breath means you are still on purpose, you stop shrinking. You stop settling. You stop stalling. You start walking like you still have something to offer. You start speaking like you were sent for a reason. You start living like your breath came from heaven. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, you are stepping into a new chapter. It's sacred. It's the time when you set the tone for everything that follows. But if you are not careful, the chaos of the world will snatch that time away from you before you even get the chance to claim it. That phone buzzing with messages, the emails waiting to be checked, the news flashing disaster after disaster, it all comes at you before you have even gotten out of bed. If you don't guard your morning, you'll be fighting for peace all day long. Mornings aren't for rushing. They aren't for reacting. The first moments of the day are the foundation of everything else. It's not just about getting ready physically, it's about preparing your mind, your soul, and your spirit. If you dive straight into the noise, you are allowing the world to tell you how to feel, how to act, and how to think. You are surrendering your peace to something outside of you, and when you do that, the chaos of the world has already won. Guard your morning like a treasure. The early hours are when you get to choose who you'll be for the rest of the day. That's when you decide what energy you are going to carry with you. Will you choose gratitude or frustration? Will you choose clarity or confusion? Will you choose peace or stress? You get to make that call before anything or anyone else does. But if you let the outside world control your morning, you are already reacting to what's been thrown at you, instead of proactively creating the day you want. Start your morning with intention. The first 30 minutes, whether it's prayer, meditation, a quiet cup of coffee, or a moment of reflection, are precious. Those minutes are where you get to connect with yourself, where you get to reconnect with your purpose, where you get to decide your direction. Don't let them slip away in the rush of getting things done. Don't let the pressure of the world pull you into its fast-paced chaos. You need to protect that sacred time to ensure your mind is focused, your heart is centered, and your spirit is ready to face whatever comes your way. The truth is, the world is loud, it's overwhelming. It pulls at you, demands from you, and tries to take your peace. But you don't have to give in to it. When you protect your morning time, you put up a shield against the noise. You take back control over your emotions and your mindset. Instead of letting external chaos dictate how you feel, you choose calm, you choose purpose, you choose balance. That time in the morning is yours to set the tone for everything else. Protecting your morning doesn't mean avoiding life. It doesn't mean hiding away from your responsibilities. It means starting from a place of strength, from a place where your mind and soul are aligned. It means giving yourself the clarity and focus to approach the world, not as a victim of circumstance, but as someone ready to conquer it. When you take that sacred time, you allow yourself to go into the day with your energy intact, your peace intact, and your vision intact. The world will try to steal your mornings, but if you guard that time, you take back control. You fight back against the chaos. You stand firm in your peace, and you take on the day with purpose. Your morning is sacred. Don't let it be polluted with the demands of the world. It's your time to get centered, get grounded, and get ready to show up as your best self. Protect it fiercely, because everything that follows depends on the foundation you build during those precious early hours. There's a reason the Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." In the rush of the world, in the noise of the day, it's easy to miss his voice. But in the quiet, in the stillness, he speaks loud and clear. And the best time to tune into what he's saying is in the morning. The world hasn't started pushing and pulling at you yet. Your mind isn't cluttered with the demands of the day. In the stillness of the morning, God has your full attention, but only if you are willing to listen. The morning is when your soul is most receptive. You haven't been bombarded with distractions. You haven't yet been overwhelmed by pressures of work, family, or the chaos outside. It's the perfect moment to hear from God. He doesn't need you to be busy or frantically moving around. He wants you to be still. The problem is, too many people wake up, hit the ground running, and miss the chance to hear his gentle whispers. They let the world speak louder than his voice. But God's voice doesn't shout, it waits for you to stop and listen. When you wake up, before you pick up your phone, before you rush into the day, take a moment to pause. Be still. Let the quiet settle over you. Let the distractions fade. God doesn't need a lot of noise to communicate his will to you. He just needs your willingness to sit in his presence. When you still yourself in the morning, you are creating space for him to speak into your life. You are inviting him to guide you, to direct your path, and to fill your heart with peace and purpose for the day ahead. The problem with our world is that it's always moving, always demanding. Everyone wants an answer now, a response immediately. But God doesn't work on our time. His timing is perfect, but it requires us to slow down, to wait, and to listen. He's not in a rush. He's in the quiet. And if you allow yourself to be still in the morning, you open the door for his guidance to come in. You might not hear him audibly, but you'll feel it in your spirit. You'll sense it in your thoughts. you'll recognize his peace. He'll guide you, not with loud commands, but with quiet direction. The morning stillness allows you to hear God's voice without the clutter of the day drowning it out. It's in those moments that you can receive wisdom, clarity, and direction for your day. If you are rushing to check off your to-do list, if you are letting your mind race to what's next, you'll miss it. But when you sit in stillness, God has your attention. And when he has your attention, he can speak to your heart in ways that are life-changing. You'll hear the answers to questions you have been asking or receive peace about things you have been stressing over. When you give God those first moments of your day, you honor him. You make room for his guidance. You open yourself up to his peace. It's not about waiting for the right moment, it's about choosing the right time. The morning is sacred, and it's the perfect time to connect with God. When you are still and quiet, you are aligning yourself with his purpose. You are saying, God, speak to me. I'm here and I'm ready to listen. If you want to hear from God, you have to be willing to sit in the quiet and be still long enough for him to speak. He's not trying to compete with the noise of your day. He's waiting for you to come to him in the stillness. So when you wake up in the morning, don't let the world rush you. Take that moment of stillness, sit in it, and listen. You'll hear him. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how clear his voice is when you are quiet enough to hear it. Every time you face a new challenge or a fresh start, it's easy to think you are starting over. It feels like you are back at square one with nothing to show for all the time and energy you have invested. But here's the truth. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. The mistakes, the victories, the lessons you have learned, and the hurdles you have overcome, these are the building blocks that set you up for what's next. Even when it feels like a blank slate, you have everything you need within you to move forward. You have faced obstacles before. You have navigated difficult seasons. You have had moments when you doubted yourself, but you made it through. Those experiences weren't wasted. They shaped you. They taught you resilience. They showed you what you are capable of when things get tough. And now, as you face something new, you carry all of that with you. Your past isn't a burden, it's a tool. Every challenge you have overcome is a lesson that will guide you towards success this time around. You might not realize it, but you have already developed skills that you can lean on in the next chapter of your life. You have gained wisdom, emotional strength, and practical knowledge that you didn't have before. Whether it was learning how to manage your time better, how to communicate more effectively, or how to handle setbacks, each experience has equipped you for the future. So stop seeing your past struggles as failures. They weren't detours, they were necessary steps in your growth. You have been preparing for this moment your entire life. When you feel like you are starting over, remind yourself that you have been down roads before. You have faced uncertainty before. You have had to push yourself beyond your limits before. The circumstances may be different, but your ability to rise above them is the same. You have survived what you thought you couldn't, and you have learned how to move forward when you didn't know how. You are not a beginner. You are a seasoned fighter. Every victory and every loss has prepared you for what comes next. Experience gives you confidence. When you are walking into something new, whether it's a career change, a relationship, or a new challenge, you have a solid foundation to stand on. You know that you have been through tough times and come out stronger. You know that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it. You have done it before and you'll do it again. That's the power of experience. It doesn't guarantee that everything will go smoothly, but it does guarantee that you have what it takes to keep going. Even when you feel like you have failed, you have learned something valuable. Every misstep is a lesson. Every time you got knocked down, you learned how to get back up. Experience doesn't come from only the successes, it comes from the failures too. If you have been through hard times, you have gained something no one can take away from you, the ability to handle adversity. You are not the same person you were when you first started. You are wiser. You are stronger. And with that strength and wisdom, you are more prepared than ever for what lies ahead. So stop seeing your past as something to escape or forget. Embrace it. Everything you have been through has made you who you are today. you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience, and that experience is priceless. When you look at the road ahead, don't think of it as starting over. Think of it as moving forward with a toolbox full of toolbox, wisdom, and strength. You are not starting from zero, you are starting from everything you have already conquered. And that makes all the difference. The way you begin your day is not just a casual choice, it's a blueprint for how the rest of the day will unfold. The morning is the foundation, the starting point, and everything that comes after it is built upon what you set in motion at the start. If you wake up late, rush through your routine, and begin the day in a state of stress, it's no surprise when you end up feeling overwhelmed or frustrated later. But if you take the time to ground yourself, to plan your day with purpose and clarity, the night that follows will be a reflection of the positive energy you have created. When you rise in the morning, you are not just waking up to a new day, you are waking up to a new opportunity. The choices you make in those first moments determine how you will approach everything that comes your way. Will you start the day with intention or let it carry you along? Will you face the challenges of the day with confidence, or will you let fear or anxiety control your actions? The way you begin will set the pace for how you handle the pressures, the tasks, and the people you interact with throughout the day. Your attitude in the morning affects the energy you bring into the world. If you start your morning with gratitude, with positive thoughts, and with a sense of purpose, you'll carry that energy with you throughout the day. People will feel it. Your interactions will be more uplifting. Even when challenges come, your response will be more focused and composed. But if you start with a negative mindset, with frustration or a sense of dread, you are more likely to carry that negativity into your actions and your conversations. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where your morning mood controls your entire day. Your actions in the morning are like planting seeds in your garden. The energy you put into your morning routine grows throughout the day. A morning spent in chaos, reacting to every little thing, leads to a night of exhaustion and stress. But a morning spent with purpose, where you prioritize what matters and set clear intentions, will bring calm and focus, leading to a more peaceful night. How you spend your mornings determines how much peace, productivity, and success you experience in the evening. It's all connected. When you wake up with a positive attitude, when you begin your morning with an empowered mindset, you are positioning yourself for success. You may not have control over everything that happens during the day, but you do have control over how you approach it. A strong morning sets you up to handle any obstacles that come your way. You are not overwhelmed by the weight of the world. You are tackling it one step at a time, with the confidence that your morning routine has already prepared you to win the day. This is how your morning influences the night. If your morning is rushed and disorganized, that sense of chaos will follow you through the day. You'll feel like you are constantly catching up, fighting against the clock, and struggling to stay ahead. That stress will carry into the night, making it harder to unwind and rest properly. But if you start your day with a calm, collected approach, taking time to center yourself, set your goals, and prepare mentally, your evening will be much smoother. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment, knowing that you took control of your day from the very beginning, and that confidence will follow you as you wind down. How you end your day is often a reflection of how you started it. If you have spent the day reacting, feeling stressed, and chasing after tasks without a clear plan, the night will be filled with frustration and restlessness. But if you have started the day with purpose, intention, and a positive mindset, your evening will feel like a time to reflect, recharge, and appreciate all that you have accomplished. Your morning isn't just a prelude, it's a game changer. It sets the tone for everything that follows, including the peace and satisfaction you'll feel when the day is done. We often expect big moments, loud announcements, and dramatic signs to show us that God is working in our lives. We look for things to happen in grand, obvious ways, thinking that when blessings come, they'll come with fanfare. But the truth is, God's blessings don't usually show up like that. They don't need to announce themselves with loud noises or flashy displays. Instead, His blessings come in the quiet, subtle moments of the morning, when you are alone, when you are still, when you are paying attention to the small things that happen before the world gets loud. God's blessings are often found in the simplicity of the early hours. They don't come to those who are waiting for a big show. They come to those who wake up early, ready to listen, ready to see, and ready to receive. The morning hours are a sacred time, a time when God speaks to us quietly. It's when we can hear his voice most clearly, away from the noise and distractions of the day. The blessings are there for those who wake up early with an open heart, seeking his guidance and trusting that he will provide what is needed. When you wake up early, you position yourself to receive what God has for you. You are not rushing into the chaos of the world. You are stepping into the peace of his presence. And in that space, blessings unfold in ways you might not expect. It might not be an instant breakthrough or sudden rush of success, but the blessing is there in the clarity of your mind, the sense of peace in your heart, and the direction that you feel in your spirit. God's blessings don't come all at once. They come in moments of stillness and preparation, in the quiet spaces where you are most receptive. The blessing doesn't always come in the form you expect. It might not be a financial windfall or a visible success that everyone can see. Sometimes it's the inner peace that washes over you. It's the ability to focus and set your day right. It's the feeling of being guided by a higher purpose as you go through your tasks. It's the sense of having the strength and energy you need to face whatever challenges come. When you wake up early, you give yourself the space to receive these subtle but powerful blessings, and in turn, you are prepared to take on the day with a grounded sense of confidence and trust. Many people think that blessings come later in life or after they have reached a certain level of success, but God's blessings are with you from the moment you wake up. He's already provided what you need, but you have to be open to receiving it. Waking up early is an act of faith. It's saying that you believe the blessings are already in motion and you are ready to meet them with gratitude and purpose. The more you show up in the early hours, the more you'll see God's hand in your life. His blessings are always with you. It's just a matter of being aware enough to notice them. Waking up early isn't just about getting a head start on the day. It's about creating the right environment to receive what God has prepared for you. Early mornings are sacred because they give you time to connect with him. It's in those moments of solitude that God whispers his blessings into your life. When the world is still, when you are quiet and receptive, that's when you are most aligned with the blessings he's ready to give. The early morning hours are when he pours his grace into you, equipping you with the strength, wisdom, and peace to navigate whatever lies ahead. Blessings are often found in the quietness of the morning, but you have to be ready to hear them. They don't come with a loud crash, but with a gentle nudge. They don't come with the hype of the hype, with a whisper in your heart. When you wake up early, you are opening yourself to receive all of the grace and favor that God has already placed in your life. It's not a loud, grand entrance. It's a subtle, quiet presence that can only be noticed when you slow down and take the time to listen. And that's where the real blessings are waiting for you in the early hours of the day. It's easy to say you want a blessed morning. It's easy to dream about waking up energized, motivated, and filled with gratitude. We all desire a peaceful, productive start to our day. But let's be real, desire alone isn't enough to create that. If you want a truly blessed morning, you need discipline. It's about setting a routine, sticking to it, and making the commitment to yourself that you will show up every single day regardless of how you feel. It's the discipline to wake up early, the discipline to focus on your goals, and the discipline to push through the temptation to stay in bed and hit snooze. Desire is a great starting point. Without it, you wouldn't even think about improving your mornings. But desire alone won't get you anywhere. You can wish for success, happiness, and peace all you want, but unless you put in the effort, it will remain just a wish. Discipline is what turns desire into reality. It's the daily commitment to taking the steps necessary to create a morning that sets you up for success. The truly blessed mornings don't just happen by chance. They are the result of intentional, disciplined actions. Discipline is about consistency. It's about doing the things you know will make your morning blessed, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early, even when the bed feels too comfortable. It's taking time for reflection or prayer, even when the world is calling you to jump into action. It's about sticking to your morning routine, even on the days when everything feels off. A blessed morning isn't a one-time event. It's the outcome of daily discipline. And that discipline is what transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary ones. When you make discipline a habit, you'll find that your mornings are less about fighting your impulses and more about aligning yourself with purpose. You won't be scrambling to get everything done at the last minute. You won't be rushing through your morning with stress and anxiety. Instead, your mornings will flow with intention and calm because you have trained yourself to focus on what matters most. This discipline allows you to take control of your day instead of letting your day control you. It's the difference between waking up to chaos and waking up with clarity. It's not enough to simply wish for a great morning. You have to act on it day after day, even when it's hard. Sometimes you won't feel motivated. Some days you'll want to sleep in, skip the routine, or push through your morning half-heartedly. But that's when discipline kicks in. Discipline isn't about always feeling excited. It's about showing up regardless of your emotions. It's about creating a mindset that even when things don't feel perfect, you are still going to follow through on what you know is best for you. That's how you build a truly blessed morning, through the consistency of disciplined actions. Having the discipline to structure your morning routine also gives you the power to dictate the tone of your day. The more disciplined you are with your mornings, the more control you have over the direction of your day. You set the rhythm. You create the momentum. And that momentum carries you through the day, making everything feel a little smoother and more in alignment with your goals. The mornings that are blessed don't happen by accident. They're the result of the small, disciplined choices you make every single day. They're the byproduct of your commitment to your purpose, your faith, and your growth. A blessed morning doesn't just happen because you want it to. It happens because you take the time to cultivate it. You put in the work, you stick to your routine, and you stay disciplined in your approach. And when you do this, the blessing shows up not in dramatic ways, but in the small victories of the day. It's the peace you feel as you walk through your morning. It's the confidence you gain knowing that you have started your day the right way. Discipline, not desire, is what turns your morning into a blessing. And it's that discipline that transforms your life over time, one blessed morning at a time. It's easy to wake up and say, "Thank you, God, for this new day." We do it every morning, right? But here's the thing: you can't just thank God for giving you another chance at life and then waste it. Thanking God is important, don't get me wrong, but it's just the first step. The real test is what you do with the day He's given you. You have been blessed with another 24 hours to make something happen, to take action, to make a difference, so don't let that slip through your fingers. It's not enough to acknowledge the blessing. You have got to put that blessing to work. When you wake up, you are given a new canvas to paint your life on. It's like receiving a fresh sheet of paper to write your story. If you don't take that opportunity seriously, you are essentially letting the day pass without making any impact. God gives us each day with a purpose, but that purpose isn't fulfilled by just sitting back and waiting for something to happen. The blessings in your life are activated by your actions. Saying thank you is great, but taking ownership of the day and using it to your advantage, that's where the real power lies. Too many people are passive with their days. They thank God for the opportunity to be alive, and then they just float through the hours, reacting to whatever life throws at them. But that's not how you make the most of the time you have been given. If you want to see progress, if you want to see results, if you want to get closer to your goals, you have got to take charge. Every single day is an opportunity to move forward, to make decisions that lead to growth, to learn something new, and to make an impact. It's not just about surviving the day, it's about using the day to push yourself to new heights. Thanking God for the day is just the beginning. The real work starts when you step out of bed and choose to make the most of it. Whether that means taking action on your goals, making improvements in your relationships, or working on personal growth, don't let a single moment slip by without using it. You can't afford to waste time. Time is precious, and it doesn't wait for anyone. Once the day is gone, it's gone forever. So don't let yourself be content with gratitude alone. Take action. Make every moment count. We all know that the world is full of distractions. There's always something pulling at your attention: social media, emails, tasks that don't matter, people who need your time but are helping you move forward. But if you want to honor God and use the day He's given you, you have got to be disciplined in how you spend it. Set your priorities, block out the noise, and focus on what matters most. You have got the day to make a difference, but only if you are intentional with your time and energy. Take control of your day before your day takes control of you. It's also important to remember that using the day isn't just about accomplishing tasks. It's about making progress in every area of your life, including your spiritual journey. Spend time with God, spend time reflecting, spend time serving others. Those are the things that truly make a day count. Don't just get caught up in the hustle of checking off your to-do list. Use the day to grow in your faith, to grow in your relationships, and to grow in your self-awareness. The blessing of the day isn't just about what you achieve externally, it's also about what you build internally. Every morning you are given the gift of a new day. It's a precious gift, but it's not enough to just acknowledge this gift. You have got to unwrap it, make use of it, and live in a way that honors that blessing. The best way to do that is by actively using the day, not just letting it pass by. You don't want to wake up tomorrow and regret that you didn't take full advantage of the time God gave you. Take the steps you need to take today, stay focused, and use every hour you have to become the person God has called you to be. When you do that, your days will be full of purpose, and your gratitude will be backed up by your actions.